Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Dani, Enuka, Jessalyn, and Sarah about season 7 of Workin Moms, premiering January 3rd on CBC. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
7 seasons, and it is the final seasons of Workin Moms. It's pretty crazy. Dani, I want to start with you. When do you start getting comfortable, familiar with this character and these characters specifically? Because I feel like these characters have so much growth. They're changing every season. There's an argument we might not even understand these characters fully at times.
I think so. I think that's a fair argument because they're just like fully formed human beings that are complex and continue to grow as we've seen over 7 seasons. I do feel like I knew her intimately from the second I got to audition for her, because it was the first time I read something and I was like, yes, like I just felt her in my bones, the way she's written. And angry women on TV and film, we only see in a certain specific kind of way that's kind of result oriented, and she just lives it. She's just like this, and I know women like this. We all know women like this. She's the best. I already miss playing her.
Oh, absolutely. Jessalyn, my question for you is, you look at a show like this, and obviously it's got the slice of life component and everything, and it's funny, it's a comedy and everything. But, you know, it really kind of focuses on a lot of these characters dealing with everything and all these hurdles and obstacles, and does have this serious undertone in a lot of these episodes constantly. As an actor or storyteller, Jessalyn, have you always looked at comedy with those serious undertones as well? Because there's the funny, chuckling moments, but if you think about it, it's always there, right? It's like it's the slice of life self-reflection.
Yeah. So comedy for me was always defined by, I think it was Robin Williams that said it was comedy is the definition of pain and timing.
Yes.
And without pain, there would be no humor, because I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, be so dumpy and poopy about something? It only brings you down so low, so that you have to, you have to bring yourself back up some way. So I feel like this show touches on that so great. It's just a brilliant way of mixing life and its struggles with humor. And that's just the joy of the show.
Absolutely. Sarah, you can answer this in regards to Workin Moms, but kind of just in general. Ensemble cast interests me when you get to work with a lot of people, especially when you get to work with a lot of people where there is like a lot of scenes where there's screen time with like 3 or 4 people and everything. What is that mindset as an actor, knowing that you're going to have a lot of scenes with a lot of different people, and there's going to be different kind of arcs and conflicts in between that specifically?
Katie, I live for it. I live for the ensemble. And not just because I learned French. Ensemble. I love being with people. I mean, I come from a theater background myself, so performing with other people and bantering and sharing dialogue and timing and finding it is like the dream. That's why 7 years.
Theater background, I couldn't tell.
Oh, no, you would know. I'm very shy. But no, I've trod the boards, even at the Stratford Festival of Canada. And so this was, and like after doing some more solo and small stuff, as an actor on film, this was like, are you kidding me? It's a mommy and me, right? It's a group scene for the first 2 seasons. I feel like we found so much interpersonal dynamic in those scenes that have carried us through these 7 seasons.
Yeah. No, that's so well said. No, I don't even know what, it's perfect. Yeah.
It's my theater background.
Here. Enuka, I do find it interesting because here's the deal. You look at, so a lot of the characters in Workin Moms from season 1 to 7, it's this constant figuring things out, self-reflection, soul searching. I don't think it ever stops. During the pandemic, we were doing a lot of self-reflection, soul searching, because frankly, we had the time to do so. So I feel like because of that, Workin Moms just becomes instantly more relatable to everyone just because of that. I'm just curious if you ever thought about that specifically, because I feel like that is a really interesting thing, right? Where you're making a show where everyone is figuring things out, and we were figuring things out as well.
Yes. And this job came to me during the pandemic. So I got to set, and I myself was working it out, because suddenly I went from being all by myself with my husband at home to a cast and crew full of people. And it was definitely kind of it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. But the very fact that I was in that place, I was able to focus on this character so much more because of what you said. There'd been a lot of reflection, and I was kind of ready to express myself. And this show came along at the perfect time.
100%. Dani, does the mindset change? I mean, it depends, because your character, there's been some seasons where it left off where there are a lot of questions of how is this going to be dealt with and everything. What is your mindset season after season as an actor, specifically Workin Moms? Are you focusing on the specific characters, like your character? Are you thinking about just how the story is going to unfold? Like, I feel like there's a lot going season to season, like from season 6 to season 7. What is that mindset?
Yeah, I have really amazing acting coaches, 2 acting coaches that I work with. And one of them, Michelle Lonsdale-Smith, coaches me every season. So we go over the entire emotional arc and we sort of map out where we're going to do it episode to episode, because I'm in every single one. And then I have something to bring in and put on the table for the director and then to go over with. Then there's the relationship with Lionel, the relationship with Kate, the relationship with my daughters, like there's those as well. We map out all of it basically.
Yeah, because I feel like, and anyone could just chime in with this, I feel like there's like, it's kind of one of those things where, like, from the viewer perspective, right, you're trying to kind of figure, like, you watch season 7, right? They remember season 6. Some people maybe watched season 6 a while ago, recently. Some people are going to be like, hey, where do we leave off, right? And try to figure it out. I feel like it's the same thing for you as well, right? Like, like for the actors as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to know where you've come from and where you're going to, and not map out like, I know exactly how I'm going to play this, but map out of like, here's the mountain we're climbing emotionally. Let's try to hit those peaks on the way to get to the top so that we can have some kind of fall and get to the season. Yeah.
No, 100%. Very quickly, everyone can chime in here. Can we give a shout out to the crew of Workin Moms very quickly?
They're the best crew. Every year we got the best crews.
We got to give a shout out to the crew, because there's no Workin Moms without the crew. I just want to give a shout out.
I love them so much. They're so funny, and like they became this like weirdo carny family. Like I love them. I don't know. Everybody else can chime in too. I'm sorry I'm yelling, but I just love them so much.
Jason, who has done the boom for us many of the seasons, and was there the first season, he was one of the first people in those first Mommy and Me's, in a little bit of a downtime to go, hey, it's really funny. And it just put a wind in my sails. And then to turn to him after we wrapped season 7 and go, wow, we just did 7 seasons of it. It's big. They're just as much a part of it. You don't get to see them, but they're there with us every second that we're filming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to go around and we're going to start with Jessalyn. I want you all to think of, because there's so many things, and I bet to the point where I'm going to ask all 4 of you, because I feel like there's going to be different answers. What is your favorite thing about being part of Workin Moms? There's so many, so everyone's going to, like, I hope, have a different answer, because if they don't and everyone says the same thing, then I failed as a host. But Jessalyn, start us off here.
Well, I think what I love about it is the table read. I think at the top of each season, we all get together on our little computer screens, and we're bringing these words to life. And it's just so fascinating to see how that transforms from on paper to on Zoom to actually shooting something, reworked or rewritten or whatever. So I think that's just the most exciting part, is the whole process of working with these lovely people. I mean, on top of everything, I love all.
Your answer is table read. It's not working with the people, because like, I feel like every time I ask that question, everyone says the people, and it's like, Yeah, no, like 100%. But anything else besides the people?
The people, it's an obvious answer. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I stopped asking that question sometimes, because it's like I'm setting myself up for failure, because that's what they say. No, but it's true.
To answer.
The table reads. I will accept table reads. Everyone, Dani, Enuka, Sarah, will we
Wait,
accept
is it
table
too close?
reads?
Is it too close? Because I'm riffing off of table reads. The writing, and I'll tell you, having watched the first 2 seasons of this,
Can't do a table read unless someone writes it. So,
but the writing is so like blow my mind. Like, what I'm going to say, what on TV? It's crazy, especially the things I've had to say as Val. I mean,
table reads, writing. We're on a roll here. Enuka, next.
Listen, these are onion layers because I'm going with the idea. I'm piggybacking off of both of them, because the specificity of these characters, they're all so different and they're all strong. And to be able to bounce off of these women, my favorite episodes were the ones where we would all be able to play together, because then you got to see all the different dynamics and everybody's strengths come out as we bounced off of each other. And I loved it.
So your answer is characters. So we have table reads, writing, characters. Dani, I'm okay. Dani's gonna say the crew, right?
No, I mean, yeah, the crew is my jam. The crew is my sweet spot. But I'm going to say that now that we're done and we've moved on to other jobs and projects and other teams that we're working with, I think my most favorite thing was how normalized it became to go to work with that many women every day. That is not a thing 100%. That happens in film and television. I don't care how much everyone's like, it's changed. It has not changed. And that was my normal for 7 years. That's crazy.
These were amazing answers. This was a great exercise, wasn't it? We got like unbelievable answers, and I feel that's so much to kind of entice people to watch season 7 of Workin Moms, premiering January 3rd on CBC. It's also going to be on CBC Gem. Dani, Enuka, Jessalyn, Sarah, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything you've done with Workin Moms. It's a great show. It's great chatting with you.
Thank you so much for having us.
No problem. This has been Popturnative, youtube.com/Popturn for previous episodes, youtube.com, and also the website for other content as well. Until next time, this is Dani, Enuka, Jessalyn, and Sarah from Workin Moms and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popturnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popturnative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popturnative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.